In the 1980s, a resurgence of Marxist thinking was established in the United States and Britain. Frederick Jameson's work on postmodernism and Terry Eagleton's rethinking of questions on ideology dominated Marxist criticism of this period. Postmodernism, or the cultural logic of late capitalism, argues postmodernism as a dominant cultural form of late 20th century. Eagleton's focus was on how literary texts uphold and produce dominant ideologies relating to the time in which they are written. Stuart Sim defines post-Marxism as a global force in the wake of the collapse of the USSR and other communist regimes across Europe and the depressing failure of socialism that these regimes present. Theorists such as Ernesto Laclau and Sandal Mouffe extended Marx's framework to post-structuralism, feminism, and postmodernism. While traditional Marxism was often considered to be rigid in its position, post-Marxism embodies a flexibility that makes it more relevant to the complex contemporary world. In post-Marxism, economic processes are no longer privileged, but become one aspect of a complex cultural matrix. With the decline of working class and trade union power, post Marxism attempts to examine the new ways in which economic difference functions. Traditional Marxist perspectives were challenged by mass unemployment and with questions of race, gender, religion, class, disability, and nationality. One way in which post Marxist perspectives have developed beyond the centrality of economic power is through the concept of cultural capital. Cultural capital means all elements other than economy that confer social mobility. This can mean education, intelligence, knowledge of particular art forms, modes of dress, speech, or physical appearance. Alongside cultural capital runs social capital, the influence of networks and associations that give one access to sources of power. Bourdieu argues that those with cultural capital determine the taste. The result of this is that certain forms continue to be privileged and there is little scope for new forms to become valuable. Cultural power is reproduced down through the generations as parents transmit taste to their children. They also inherit their cultural ability. Those without economic and cultural capital have their own ideas of good taste that they can never become dominant. By having good taste and cultural capital, individuals are able to associate themselves with a social capital that allows for associations with others in positions of power. Taste ensures that power stays in the hands of those who already have it. Those from outside these networks of power have only limited opportunities to acquire it through slow process of education and assimilation. The opportunity to acquire power outside of this by changing the rules of taste seems almost impossible. Taste encourages individuals to agree with cultural preferences as they already exist and not to challenge these, risking exclusion. Taste, therefore, creates a system where it is important to concur with existing ideas about what is culturally desirable. At the same time, it is difficult to change one's taste because it is inherited by children from their parents during their early education and family experiences.